Welcome back to Access Anime. I'm Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 154. Now, if you remember from last episode, we had 3 months until the Grand Magic Games. Everyone's broken down into smaller groups. One group is on a beach, a couple other groups are spread out across the world, but let's stick to the beach for now. Day 1 of working out went pretty well. Everyone was psyched. You know, they have 3 months to go. But the second day, we find out Virgo. We see Virgo jump in, and she says there's something wrong with the celestial spirit world, so she takes everyone that's on the beach minus 2 members to the celestial spirit world. Turns out to be a farce. It's an actual party for them, which was kind of nice. My favorite part was hearing Liera play her music on that harp. That was my favorite part. I'm sorry, I'm just putting it out there. I loved it. But we also find out Crooks gives Levy a book which we know nothing about. Kind of interesting there. Now, when they're ready to leave, we find Virgo, the last person to actually say something, and this is something we didn't want to hear. She says, well, you actually have 5 days left in the real world until the Grand Magic Games, because you know what? 1 day here is 3 months in the real world. So the group is kind of screwed. And that doesn't leave anyone happy, because they're transported right back to their own world, and they're on the beach, and they're sulking. But that was last episode. Let's jump into this episode right now. Now again, I'll keep my comment and my rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. Let's dive right in. Now we open up this episode with everyone sulking. They're on the beach. They're not happy. No, they're really not happy. We also see Virgo. She pops out again out of nowhere, and she wants to be punished. Now Urza really doesn't want to have anything to do with her right now, so she says, go home. But that was the opening episode so far. Let me move past that to what's really happening. We actually are taken to each different guild now. I guess we have different guilds that are going to be in the Magic Games. So we see the wizards from the Lima scale. They were actually in the 2nd place in the Magic Games last year, or whenever the Grand Magic Games were last played. So they're a 2nd place guild. We get to see their actual guild master called Oba Babsama. Interesting guild master, that's all I can say. We also see Leon and Jure, and apparently they're going to be in the Grand Magic Games, which is kind of interesting. It's been a while since we've seen Leon, so. We're also taken to Blue Pegasus, which is the next guild we get to see. Kotobuki basically talks about releasing something which we know nothing about, which will probably be joining the Grand Magic Games, so that's kind of interesting. And we also see the Master Bob basically talk about Leon and Jure from Lima Scale joining in. So now they're up to date that what Oba wants to join. So Master Oba chose Leon and Jure to join the Grand Magic Games, and now Blue Pegasus is now self-aware of it. So I guess word travels around fast. Then we're taking to Sabretooth, which is actually what I wanted to see. We see Sabretooth, Sting, and Rogue, and they're really not doing anything, they're just talking, and you hear Rogue basically say he's not really interested in the Grand Magic Games, where Sting, however, is interested. Kind of interesting. I would have thought both of them would be psyched instead of just one of them. Now we're also taken to Raventail. Now I really know not a lot about this guild, but apparently Master Ivan is psyched to take out Fairy Tail guild since it's been 7 years. So it's got his blood up there. He's like ready to jump in. Now, Fairy Tail, however, everyone that was on the beach, they're not letting all this time that's passed get to them, since now they only have 5 days, so they're going to spend each day working out. So you see Urza, everyone all psyched. Basically just Natsuo and Urza, they're psyched to go, and then Gray. So they're really psyched. And out of nowhere, we notice Urza has a pigeon on her head. And I'm like, I thought she was going to kill the bird or something, but again, the group notices there's a pigeon, and it actually has a message on its head. Not on its head, on the pigeon's leg. So there's an interesting message, and this message, it actually says, come to the broken suspension bridge on the hill. Now, I was like, why would you want to go to a broken bridge in the first place? It's not going anywhere. Now, the group actually goes to the broken suspension bridge, and kind of interesting, this bridge is like collapsed, and you know it's not connected, and it magically is connected. And again, they use Natsuo as the guinea pig to run across the bridge because they think it's going to collapse, and he wasn't really happy about that. So the group's actually across the bridge, and right now we are all curious who sent that message. We're scratching our heads. Don't lie, I know I was like, what's the last person you'd expect to write a message like that? We see Jalel, Altir, and Meredy pop out of nowhere in hoods, and it's like the group is slightly stunned. They're like, Jalel was in prison, okay? We didn't see that coming, but apparently Altir and Meredy broke him out. But for what reason? To form a guild, an independent guild called Crime Scorsy. Now I hope I pronounced that right. If not, that's how I would like to pronounce it, Scorsy. So I'm going to call it Scorsy, Crime Scorsy. I want to say it's called Crim Scorsy, but you know, they spell it C-R-I-M-E, so it's crime, so Crime Scorsy is their guild name. Now apparently they did break out to undo their wrongs. Since they are all technically ex-bad villains, they want to correct how bad they were. And also Jalel, he's got his memory back. 6 years ago, apparently he got his memory back, and yeah, he's not looking so happy about it. Now what they want with Fairy Tail is, see, Fairy Tail, they heard they're going to the Grand Magic Games, and they want in. They'll be there in the crowd, and apparently Jalel and everyone else in their group, they're aware of what Zera feels like his power, his presence, since they were pretty much controlled by him at one point in time, and they feel something similar to that might be at the Grand Magic Games, and they'll be there rooting for Fairy Tail, obviously. Now I was suckered into this. I swear I thought Jalel and everyone of Crime Scorsy, I thought they were going to join Fairy Tail in, you know, the Grand Magic Games. That's what I thought he was going to say. I thought that was just me. I was like, the build-up felt like he was going to join them, like be part of the team, but that's not the case. But anyways, they want to fight Zeref, or at least find out what this magical presence that feels like Zeref is, so they're going to be there. Now there's also a catch. They feel, you know, if we're going to be there, and you know, we have to pay you guys, because you know, we're going to pay you to fight. We want you, you know, because they want Fairy Tail's help to fight this cause. So Altir says, I'll pay you, and everyone's like, oh, you'll pay us money. No, that's not the case at all. Actually, Altir has the evolved time arc, which is kind of interesting because in characters it develops a second organ. It like allows you to let your power to last longer, and it's more effective. So this would have been Natsuo's quick fix to power up, plain and simple. So this is kind of interesting. So Altir has the evolved time arc, which is going to make the characters all stronger. Now, while that was going on, we see Jalel and Urza doing a catch up, like on top of a cliff near the beach, and they're catching up on everything that's happened. Jalel finds out, yeah, he did kill Simon, and he's trying to not reminisce about Nirvana, but Urza does bring that up, kind of, just about his past, you know. And you know, we also hear about the Tower of Heaven. You know, it got to Jalel a lot. You know, again, he knows everything now. His memory's back. Also, we see Jalel and Urza. They fall down the hill, and it looks like they're about to have a moment. Finally, they're about to kiss, and I thought this is a long time coming. And then a WTF moment pops up, and you see Jalel's like, I have a fiance. I was like, what? Wait. You got someone else to replace Urza? What, you crazy? Who? First I thought it has to be Altir, because, you know, Altir, she looks amazing right now in her outfit. No. We don't get to know who this fiance is, but I'll get to this later on in my walkthrough review to correct this little thing I just said, my WTF moment, trust me. I'll get there, trust me. And I was like really PO'd really bad. But anyways, Jalel tells Urza, well, I should say, we know now from watching this episode that in order for a Fairy Tail to get in contact with Crime Scorsy, the pigeons with the little messages, that's how they'll contact them. That's the safest way. But moving past that, we're taken to Fairy Tail. They're getting Altir's evolved time arc. All of them minus Urza seems to be taking it pretty strongly. They have all these little red marks on them. And again, Urza was very stunned that Jalel has a fiance, but she was cool with it. She was cool with it because, you know, at least he was able to stop himself from kissing her. And again, he told him, the group tells Urza and everyone else in general, contact us by pigeon. You know, we'll have our pigeons with the messages going on there, and you know, they break. You know, then they leave, and you see a crime Scorsese in a cave fire, and then the girls in the group say, "Why did you lie to Urza? You don't got no fiance." And then Jalel breaks down and says, "Well, you know, we've all decided we're in this independent guild," which, by the way, an independent guild is neither dark or light. They're just a neutral guild that can go after dark guilds. That's what Jalel and Meredy and Altair have been doing these past 7 years. He's basically been taking out dark guilds. But anyways, I digress. Again, Jalel has no fiance. So it was a lie, just because he doesn't want to hurt Urza anymore. He feels he's done so much bad things. Why put Urza through anymore? She deserves something better. So he's loving her from a distance, which that really got to me. I was like, dude, you're just hurting yourself. I mean, you're putting yourself through all this crap just because of what you did in your past. Why don't you live for yourself and make Urza happy? Nope, not gonna happen. So I was kind of pissed there. Now we're taken to a different scene where we see Urza, and she knows the truth. She's like, she can tell when Jalel's actually lying. So she knows the truth. Jalel is lying, and she's cool with it in her own way, which I think she's just lying to herself. That must just be me, but I think she's lying to herself. But at the end of this episode, we see Happy running his mouth off like he usually does, and Urza kicking like a field goal with him pretty much in the air. So that's where we left off the episode. That was the ending of the episode. Urza kicking Happy literally in the butt like a football. Now, final thoughts. I want to know how strong will how strong did Altair make these guys? Like, how strong is Natsuo, Gray, everyone in the group? I'm kind of curious, because now they have this second organ, so their power lasts longer, their power stronger. Where's that gonna go? Like, interested to know that. Also, I want to know, okay, the book that Levi got from Crooks, what was it? That was an episode ago. I'm just bringing that up. I'm like, we still don't know. I mean, it's from the Celestial Spirit World. What is it? You know, scratch on the head there. Now, I also would like to know about Urza and Jalel, like their WTF moment. Are they ever actually going to get together in this series? I mean, after everything is said and done, where do they stand? Urza knows that Jalel is lying, and Jalel was lying to Urza, but he's unaware that she knows the truth. You know, so much lies here. I mean, I thought Jalel turned a good leaf here. Now he's being too good of a person, where it's hurting him and Urza's relationship. Now, that's a little messed up. Let's see. Also, Wendy. She had a magical, well, scrolls, I should say, she got from the opposite of Grandine, her dragon, the human form from the other world. I want to see her 2 new techniques, her new powerful Dragon Slayer techniques. Yeah, I have to. I mean, we've always taken Wendy as a supportive character. Now she gets to be offensive. Be a little different. Gotta see this. But that ends it for my final thoughts. Now for my rating. This came very close to a 4.5 because of the emotional attachments that there were in this episode. You know, all this emotion between Urza and Jalel. But there wasn't any battle scenes. But to see Altair in that outfit, I'm giving this a 4. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. Okay, I'm being fair. 4.5. You have to see a lot of emotion and people fighting, and we didn't really see a lot of emotion. I mean, Jalel and Urza was there. It hit a spot, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And seeing all those different guilds was a little more closure on where we're at in the Grand Magic games. But still, we're missing something here. So I had to get a 4 out of 5. So again, my rating for this episode was a 4 out of 5. Now I have about 2 or 3 more walkthroughs and reviews due today and tomorrow morning, so definitely stay tuned. But comment down below, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe above, and let me know what you guys think. Trust me, I would love to know what you guys think. Check me out on Twitter and follow me if you want. Before I go, I gotta say it. Can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.